Hey, my name is Amir. Have you ever been in a place in your life where you feel like you're just looking for something, you're needing something, purpose, change, whatever it is? Um, I wanted to talk about why I recently reverted to Islam. I say reverted because we're all born Muslim. They say we're all born Muslim. And so if you find Allah later on in your life, then you're just reverted, not converted. Um, and so with that being said, just to start, my mom was a Muslim. I believe she grew up with not really any faith. Maybe she was a Christian. I don't know. I have to talk to her more about it. But I know when she was 19 that she reverted to Islam. And I believe that lasted for about 8 years, where she was praying every day and 5 times a day. And, she was devoted and on deen. And after that, I think she was just, kind of just going through the motions of life, up until the point to where I was about 8 years old and we moved back to Georgia back to Jersey, from Ohio. We moved around a lot, but we moved back to New Jersey from Ohio when I was about 8 years old, and we stayed with my aunt for a while. I believe it was like 3 to 6 months while we did that transition. And in that time, well, my aunt, she's a minister, and because she's a minister, I think then we took on her life, Christianity. And then from there, we kind of just went through the motions. But I wouldn't say that we were really devoted. It was just that we were around it, I guess. And so we took on that life. And then up until the time I was about, I would say 14, like I kind of was already researching my own thing and trying to figure out, you know, our heritage, where we're from. And then I ran into things online about how even Christianity or Islam even got to Africa. So I researched that, and by the time I was 16, I was speaking about it a lot. I even joked around, not joked around, but I even told my friends once we moved back to Ohio that I'm a Muslim. Um, and I was researching, Prophet Muhammad. Um, I was researching back then. I ran into Mansa Musa, not ran into, but um, I've researched him because he was the richest man in the world, and he practiced Islam as well. Um, so there's always been this kind of, me searching for who I am, searching for something. Um, and growing up, my younger brother and sister, their father, he had his own demons. But one thing that I remembered about him is that he was on his deen. Um, he prayed religiously. I remember doing his voodoo. I remember him praying 5 times a day, even with everything that he had going on. He still got down and prayed 5 times a day, and it got him through what he was going through. You know, and so since then, he like I said, he was really the first person, even before we came back to Jersey and started practicing Christianity. It was him. He was the first person I saw that actually got down and prayed, and so he was that example, from a Islamic standpoint. Um, and then once we got back to Jersey, and we started going through the motions of everything. Like I've always been kind of searching for who I am. And then for the past few years, I've been I have notes here because I don't know what I'm doing. But so for the past few years, like I've always talked to my mom about her life and kind of why she took her shahada, why she got away from the dean, and just asking her questions. Um, and like I said, she was devoted for 8 years, and then now she's the one. Last year, she gave me my wudu book that was teaching me on how to do wudu and everything else. So she's very supportive in that way, but she's not on the deen herself. And one thing that I appreciated about the Quran is it's never changed. After all of these years, all of these centuries, it's never changed. And you can't say that about every other, book. It hasn't changed. They have an English version, but it hasn't changed. There's only one Quran. And then I would say maybe a few months ago, I had this dream, or I don't know what I was going through, but I had this dream, and like I said, I'm needing purpose. I'm needing some type of guidance. And I had this dream, and then I just woke up in tears, and I was just like, I give up. Like I surrendered myself to Allah. And I was just like I wanted to follow so that I can lead my family. I have 2 kids, I have a wife. I just needed, it's like I don't know how to explain it. But I remember waking up, and I had texted my friends, and I was in our group message, and I just told them, like, I'm not living right. I know, because at this point I know what I need to do. I knew that I needed to take my shahada. I knew that I needed to be praying 5 times a day. I knew the 5 pillars. I knew that I needed to accept Islam, and I think I just been running from it for however long, because like I said, I've been researching since I was 14. I'm 28 now. And so I knew that I needed to accept this way of life. And even, throughout life, I try to kind of fix things in my life. Like I have, like I said, I have a kid, 2 kids. I have a daughter and a son. And when someone is more important than you, like you get on, like you drive, like it gives you this drive. And so to take care of them, and to protect them, and to provide for them. And my family is that for me. But and they have been, but there has to be more. There has to be something bigger. I knew that there's something bigger than me. I know there's something bigger than all of us. And so like I would just try to change things in my life. Like back in 2018, I had quit my job that I've been working at for 5 years as a car salesman, and because I just wasn't fulfilled, and like I just risked everything. And at that point in my life, I was just on this wave where I just thought that, like, hey, we're all gods, and there's only one God. There's only one God. But I do still think that as humans and as beings, we do have a certain amount of control of our own lives, and so yeah, I will get down and pray, but I'm also going to do the work. I'll ask Allah for whatever it is that I need, but I'm also going to do the work. But back in 2018, like it was just about me. But even then, I always knew that it was something bigger than me. There's something bigger than just my family, and then with everything that's going on in the world, they needed me, and I needed something else. Like I needed to be following something else, somebody else. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. So, but let me get back to the dream. So I had this dream, woke up in tears, and I just surrendered myself, text my friends, and like, I need to get right. A week goes by, and I meet up with a guy that like, I don't know anyone in Ohio that's Muslim. I don't know anybody here that's Muslim. And so I remember that the guy that gave me my CCW, my CCW is just a license to carry my gun. He's actually, he practices Islam as well. And so I sat down with him. I told him how I was feeling. I'm like, I need to do this. I want to be I need to be a Muslim. And so he sat down with me. We had a good lunch or whatever. We spoke some business, but nothing happened after that. And so I was like, okay, at this point, I've already ordered a prayer mat, and I got on YouTube and started learning how to pray. Maybe 2 weeks go by, and I call my younger brother and sister. I called their father, and I'm like, hey, you're the first person I've seen pray. I know, you've been on this team for many, 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 many years. And so are you able to give me my shahada over the phone? Because he's in Jersey, I'm in Ohio. And he said, yeah, the only witness, the Allah, is our witness. And so he gave me my shahada over the phone. And since then, I've been slowly, I've been getting to 5 prayers a day. For the last, I would say, week, I've been doing 5 prayers a day. I've been making it to the masjid. And I even had anxiety about that, because it's just like walking into a masjid, and like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know these people. I'm not gonna interrupt somebody while they're praying and say, hey, can you help me? And I'm just kind of standoffish. I wouldn't say that I am an introvert, but I can turn on, like, I know when to turn things on and when to turn it off, but naturally, I'm not in people's faces. I'm not trying to be the center of attention. But what I want to do with this channel, I want to pretty much, it's like a journal to me, just to document this journey. And I would say I want to spend the next 10 to 20 years trying to learn the Quran, like, and memorize it by heart. I know there's people out there that know it by heart. And so that's a goal of mine. Also, one of the goals that I had even before becoming a Muslim, like, once the pandemic started, one of the goals I had is to kind of bring like-minded individuals together. And this was even before the pandemic. I remember talking to my wife about this in 2018, 2017. I said, I want to have my own community. I want to bring people together that's like-minded, where we can live off the earth and, raise our own food and make sure everything is done the right way. That way we can eat the right way. I want to homeschool my children. Like, right now, last year we homeschooled my daughter, but right now she's back in school. And so that's one of my goals, is to pull her back out of school. But it's just a lot for just 2 people to do. I want, they say it takes a village to raise a child. So I want my own village. I want to create my own village, handpicked. This person has the patience to teach. This person is a natural healer. This person is a great cook. This person does this, and just build my own community around me of good people that you can trust. And just other goals for this channel, like I said, is obviously just to document my journey in Islam. As I learn more, I'll teach more. Well, not teach more, but I'll share, and just try to spread Islam as much as I can. There is a peace that comes with this. There is a love. Like when my first time at the masjid, they embraced, like, there wasn't many words because everybody was praying, but when I went up, one of the elders, he put his hands like this and, pray right here, right next to me, brought me in right close to him. And so, yeah, and there's like a standard I want to hold myself to. I needed this deen. I needed this discipline, and I still meditate, as well as pray. Prophet Muhammad, he meditated as well, and so I'm gonna document everything that I do in this deen, and within the next few years, I'm gonna build that community of people that we can trust. I can trust. Bringing my daughter back home from school and homeschooling her, and also sharing the deen with her, sharing the deen with my son when he gets of age. My daughter's 6, my son he's only 6 months old. And I share my story with you guys as well, and bring you along on this journey, and hopefully we can spread the deen and grow together. Thanks for listening.